What is going on, guys? Welcome to an FTG live logging series in Sandy Bay. I know this is a little weird. I actually had a good time logging last night. Everything actually went really well. So decided I would do something different I have not seen, and that's actually logging on an Oxygen David map. So I actually went down to the logging area, and it's actually not half bad. A couple of different sections, a couple little different little areas on here that we will at least explore. But anyway, what is going on, everybody? What's up, Aiden, Steven, Stewie, Brandon, Scott, Greg? What is going on? I think that's everybody. Scott, Greg, yeah. It's everybody's for right now. So welcome to you guys, and welcome to those that will be joining later, and maybe will be watching later. Been fun. Been actually took a little bit of a break, and now I'm kind of back in the swing of things. Kind of set up a little bit of a new map here. I was actually going back to my farming map, and then I was going to just delete, sell everything. Decided that I would just keep it like it was. Keep all the farm stuff over there, and then I would actually try to base. I will say this. If any of you guys do not like Sandy Bay or do not like the initial farm area, give the Willow farm down here, which was the initial farm in 15, give this farm down here a shot. I actually like this whole area of the map a whole lot better than I do the north section. Just a little tidbit there. Maybe give this bottom area down here a shot, because fields are really good. The terrain's really well done. A lot of grass fields, a lot of open for your BGA needs that may be up there. A lot of grass down here to do that. So I don't know. Give a shot. See what you think. Yes, amen, Aiden. That is exactly right. Got to bring back FTWL. I'm drawing a blank on that acronym, Greg. You might have to help me out there. What's up, Garrison? Oh, chat hadn't popped up. Huh. Wonder what happened to it. This would be why. Thank you, guys. Oh, for those watching later. Okay, there we go. Gotta bring back for those watching later. Yeah, that's right, man. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't have that activated on there, so now we're all good. So anyway, this is actually where you start up the map. I didn't really know this. I gotta say, it's a little bit dumb. I didn't realize you started at the very corner of Willow Farm. So, anyway, let's see if we can ride this old rough, bumpy road. And a couple of things. Now, I'm not. I think, yeah, that's Excel. So you've got the two white E's down there at the bottom. Those are both Excel places, Excel points, and then you've got that one big forestry area there in the middle. So outside of that, unless you plant your own trees, there's not much else to, to do in here unless you actually go through and actually plant trees. So. I have downloaded them, and I've at least looked at them, but since I was planning on doing logging tonight, I kind of forewent that particular part of it, but I've seen it in action, and I just decided not to do farming tonight. So it actually works well, and it'll work well with that bale pickup that we have. So that's actually really nice. I'll kind of actually let me go ahead and. So this is this bottom section that I'm kind of telling you about. This, for whatever reason, this whole area of the map seems a lot more closed off. Guten Tag, Mark. Willkommen im Livestream. So let's spin around here. What's up, Jules? Yes, the bale trailer as well as the new thing that just came out, the big old huge bale grabber, that little thing. It's pretty cool. Danka. The truck is nice. Yeah, well, black and yellow. I changed up color scheme. I have to do that every now and again just to kind of keep things fresh. I do get tired of looking at the green and yellow, and that's the reason I changed the green and yellow was because it was too close to John Deere, and I never even really actually realized that. So here you go. In typical fashion, this is the Enchanted Forest. Okay. So I will say this. Yeah, lift the trucks. I wish you could. I do. I wish they had a couple different ones. You know, like some 350s or some dualies. So it's actually not a bad little forestry area in here. Oh, gotta sneeze. All right. So it's actually not a bad little forestry area. There's not a lot of staging zones in here. Everything's pretty much on hills, but it's okay. It's got a lot of. It's pretty big, so you could pretty much just start here at the corner, work your way around, and then just completely just go straight through. But not too bad. It's definitely not one of our probably. I would say Lostbergs would be one of my other bigger choices for logging, but. This is just different because nobody's, at least in what I've seen, nobody ever streams any of Oxygen David's forestry stuff. So I was like, well, heck, we'll throw it on here. He didn't put a crane in this one, which I kind of bummed me out a little bit. But we'll still make do. What's going on, Nick? That's pretty good. It's pretty good, Scott. We'll have to make sure we save that in chat for Chuck to see that when he gets here, because that's pretty good. All right, let's see here. So I do have a few other things that are already done. Go ahead and bring this little bad boy down. Let's see. Alright, instead of going all the way through there, I'll go down the south end here. Whoops, I don't want to go that way. Alright. Now the one thing that I already know is going to be a challenge is just driving trailers around this map. So if I'm reading chat, y'all y'all just get ready for some fails tonight, because I'm sure they will happen. I decided to leave the traffic on, so we'll see what transpires. Yep, logging tonight. I haven't done it in a while since my last kind of rage quit on Sosnovka, but I think I kind of figured out why I did that. I think most of it was over the BioBelt stuff. Trailer. I'd gotten rid of all my other trailers, so I've got one of each tonight. So hopefully that will not happen. Let's go inside the Enchanted Forest. What's going on, Ant? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I actually talked to Chuck today, and he's just been going to bed early. He was on a big 9-day, 12 or 16-hour shift, and he just got off of that. So, actually, let me just go ahead and stage us over here. So I don't exactly know exactly where I'm going to start from. Somewhere, obviously, I can try to get the flattest ground, but you can see, I mean, if you get down, I'll probably maybe start over here, because this might be my best bet. You can pull things at least over here. Unfortunately, on here, you can't delete the grass texture and leave this dirt texture, which kind of sucks. I mean, all you can do is it'll just delete it down to the first stage of growth, and that's it. It's kind of weird. I don't exactly understand that. Judge some meats. Hey, no problem, Greg. Have a good man. So logging equipment mod. I assume you're talking about that new. I do have it in here. The RG200. I used that in last night's stream on Goldcrest, and I was doing some logging over there. Um, it's okay. I don't know. We'll go ahead and get it. We'll go ahead and get it. We'll use it. I'll just need to take this back. Yeah, I do use those. Well, now, yes, the plows will get rid of it, Scott, but it won't leave the dirt texture. If you remember, like in Chillington, you used to be able to delete the grass completely off the dirt texture, which was really cool. But now on this, you can't do that. So. And yeah, I've used those machines. I used them a lot more in 15 than I do 17. I really haven't done that much logging in 17. I really, that's all I did in 15. It's unfortunate. I just haven't done that much. Someone had said on forums, at least for console anyway, that it helped frame rates to get rid of the stumps because they were, they were being drawn in at the same rate of trees normally. So said if you got rid of those, then it would improve frame rates, especially when you're in the middle of the forest with multiple pieces of equipment and all that other kind of stuff. So Xbox One. Yeah, Aiden's all about some dynamite blowing the cars up, man. He's desperately wanting a a bulldozer mod. Yeah, it's a mixed bag. I mean, Scott, you're right. It's a mixed bag. Very tight corridors with everything, but yet wide, expansive map. That's why I said the bottom of the map is much more suited for, I think, the stylus console guys are more used to. So I think if you go down there, you can see right now from pretty much everything south of the main road, leave out 20. Say 15 down, leave out 20. Everything else is a very good size. You got a lot of grass fields that can be plowed up square. So there's lots of options. And I think if I go back to the farming side, I mean, granted, it leaves you really stretched between your animals, but honestly, that's okay for me right now. I am not a big fan of that Sandy Bay farm because it's just so jam-packed, and I'm not going to be using anything else in it, so there's no point in me wasting a bunch of time up there on that north end of the map with those fields are so big. I'm not gonna log anything out of them. Let's see. I always turn out of here wrong. Here we go. Because I mean, every single one of every single one of David's maps that he puts out is really good. They're just more catered on the PC side of things. But it's like I said. I mean, each map's got its good points and bad points, and this one certainly has its share of them, just as well as Chillington does, and forget the other one he did. It is confirmed Thornton Farm is going to come to console, by the way. I think I said a couple streams ago, so I wanted to kind of clear that up. Whoops, missed my turn. See if I can get over there from here. I probably can't, but we'll see. Nah, there's not much on this. I mean, there's all these are hit and miss. I mean, this map actually is probably, I'm gonna maybe come up with a game save on this that's going to be silage operation, because this whole south end of, let's see, guess I'll have to drive around because there's no entrance on this side. Yes, I know I'm going the wrong way. This is be a good map for silage. There's tons of grass down here. Some good good fields you could throw some corn in. There's some square fields too. You got 23, 26, 33, 34, all relatively square, as well as 42. So there's definitely some areas to extend that type of gameplay in. So yeah, no. It's okay, Scott. Don't worry about it. They're not giving it to me to test out, so I don't care. Alright, let's see. So I think... let's leave this up here out of the way for right now. And I think right down there where my miracle is, that's where I'll set up. So next thing is going to be getting all this down there, and then come back and I'll grab my scorpion, and we'll be good to roll. A couple of these roads don't have traffic on them at all, so. This is my favorite thing to do in Farm Sim, honestly. Yeah, we do need a map, dude. Whoa. Yeah, we do need a map. It's time. We've got 3 on the horizon. It's just a question of when they come out. But we do have 3, so. Yep, this is it. Oh, look at there. Even the sign says the Enchanted Forest. And we get bored, we come up here and grab us a little drink from the old Red Lion. Yeah, I wouldn't mind some stuff like that 800 Fent that came out, Garrison. I would definitely love to see that. That was awesome to see that Fent 800 come out on console. Could have been more happy about that one. Yes, I would love to have a logging map. A good, and actually Lostburg was probably as close to that as we've come. Lostburg had some really killer areas. Tough, I will say that. Lostburg was always really tough. I don't know how much I like this one. I don't mind the tracked one, I guess. It's a little more stable. spin around, but I still like the wheeled version better just because you can see. This one's kind of hard to see out. I tried to. I wish you could adjust or blow the mirrors up. That would be a really cool feature, kind of like you can on Euro Truck. It'd be awesome to be able to just tie in the mirrors to like I don't know, like clicking the left and right, and then moving like your right thumbstick and being able to move a mirror in and out. That would be really awesome. This is probably one of the better ones to back up. It does have the bigger windows, so when you're backing it up to the right, you can actually see. But this is the best one with the mirror there, right by the driver's side. It doesn't do much for you when you're wanting to go the other way, but it does work when you're backing up, looking over your left shoulder. It works pretty well. All right, so we'll go back and pick up my other pieces of equipment. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. It may be like a memory draw issue. Um, some of the tractors, they do when you look a certain way and you got all the mirrors in one view. See, like that one. See how it goes out, but then it comes back in. Most of them are like that. They have that little null spot that they're. I don't know why. I wouldn't exactly know why that would be there, but as soon as you turn away from it, it comes back on. So I don't exactly know why they do that. Yeah, yeah. This is a good one, man. This six wheel Tatra is really nice. I don't mind the man truck, but I do wish we could get it in a six wheel form, like a variation, just to the same truck. That's a pretty standard option, is the having that tri-axle, instead of just the dual axle. I mean, I don't know. It's pretty standard to have both of them. It would be nice to have that, even if the back wheels didn't turn, even if it was just for stability wise. I've got one there to see how it does on here because I figured the turning radius I might need. Yeah, I've seen those. This thing may or may not transport on this thing very good. I don't know. We're gonna squeeze it on there and see what she does. It's gonna be hit or miss. As long as I don't clip anything with it, it should be okay. Alright, it ain't sliding around yet. Most by this time it's already started sliding off the trailer, so. Did I go the wrong way again? I think I did. Dadgummit. You go that way, it's hard to get back up to the forest. As long as I can make it under the bridge. And I don't knock out all these wonderful streetlights on the way. What's going on, Derek? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's better than it was in 15. It's terrible in 15. I mean, that's the only option we had was that stupid truck. It's better. You just got to go slow in it. You can't run the 50-some miles an hour in it. It'll just spin right around on you. Especially if you've got a good heavy load on the back on the tongue. It just whew. That's why I almost need that dual axle in the rear that doesn't steer. It's just there for complete stability and weight. Alright, let's see anything behind us? Nope. There you go again, Aiden, with that nuking the cars. I think government's gonna start looking for you, bro. Might wanna lay low. Yeah, I had a ton of hours in 15, but I mean, it's all relative. It's like everything else, man. I mean, I would have enough hours in this. We're just a little bit spoiled with this. That's all there is. We're just completely spoiled with it. You think we didn't have no mods? We barely even had any decent DLC in 15, except crap we already had besides the sugar beets. And the JCB tractor pack was good, but other than that, it was slim pickings for 15. Alright, so actually I'm just going to start down here, because this is pretty flat. And yeah, this will work. Hey, what's going on, Chad? Yeah, man, I'm good. Hope you are. FS17. Wow. Alright, let's see. So I think... boy, something has definitely got the old frame rates down. That's something else I wish they'd change. They change the sounds. Like what Scorpion sounds like that? None. Let's see, I think if I could test out that other mod too. Let's make sure. Make sure I'm at 8 meter. Wow. Well, and it's also assuming that if the mods are coming out for PC, so I guess yeah, if you're going after it for PC, then yeah. I'm not sure when they start making console. Was it 14, or did they actually do 13 for console as well? Alright, I'm going to try to get rid of these little tops. Speaking of which, I need to pull this one out of the bin. Oh, seriously? Okay. 13, okay. I knew it was 13 or 14. Yeah, Chad. Hopefully not, man. But we'll. I figured out. I think I figured out my problem on Sosnovka. So I forewent that extra step and actually had a pretty decent time on Goldcrest last night. So yeah, hopefully hopefully you've seen the last of that. I think what he spell check got him, or he's texting on the phone and it said 2014. I did not get very far with it. That's what it was supposed to say. I get used to reading auto-corrected or phone or iPad messages. They get used to it. And Aiden, yes, I've always championed that with the group. And you know, you're not required to do that and welcome people in, but you're definitely not going to be a butt to anybody. I just don't tolerate it. And if you're being a douchebag, then you can be treated like one. But yeah, other than that, man, if you're here to jump into the group and have fun, man, I think everybody welcomes everybody coming in here, which is a really good thing about this. That's why I enjoy doing it. Makes it a whole lot more enjoyable for everybody. That's what I thought, Garrison. So the one thing about taking in smaller forestry areas like this is it would give you an opportunity, if you wanted to utilize some of the new, well, not new, to utilize planting the trees back. Some people, I've never even, I don't know that I've ever planted trees to reinstate the forest. Yep, that's it. Alright, you too, Chad. Alright, so Chad was alluding to, yeah, there you go. That one completely disappeared. So Chad was alluding to something in when I did Sosnovka. I got really upset. And just kind of rolled some stuff off the end of the cliff and was like, alright, stream's pretty much done. I'll talk to you guys later. And what happened was I figured out that since I was using all these new... Oh, this thing's crawling up the hill here. There we go. So as I was, sawing up trees last night, I figured out, well, a couple days ago, kind of getting back into logging, I figured out that these little end caps for these new trees was what was screwing me up. So every time I try to put these in, it would completely make the physics engine go crazy with the logs. So if you think like you're having a problem with the logs, they all should be about this size right here. So when you get to this point at the very little tip end of the tree, just back up and then saw these off. Sometimes they'll completely disappear. Yeah, like that one. That whole entire log, there was nothing of substance there. So once you put that little old teeny tiny little thing in the big old trailer load, that's why you'd see all your logs start moving and grooving, and that's why they would jump out of the. That's why they would jump out. So anyway, just a little tip of the day there. That'll make your farming experience go a whole heck of a lot better if you do that. What's up, Jam Gamer? Yes, Ant. Essentially, you could. It's not the easiest thing. It works better with the other trees, the FS17 trees. But yes, you can do that. The only thing is once it ever gets caught, if it ever catches, then it's a bear to get it straightened back out. I was about to say, who are you calling love? Oops, shouldn't have. Sometimes you can just pull those out. Yep. Yep, those trees are bad. How do you do it? Perfect. Lots of practice, man. So one other thing that I do when I'm in, especially a place like this, if you're pulling things down a hill, use trees at your disposal that are close by. Use them as guides. Y'all just saw me use this tree right here that I'm fixing to drive by. Use that one. Hey, Gaming Reinvented, thank you, bro, for the sub. I missed that totally, but I hope you're still watching. 431, who else was I missing? Now, somebody else must have subbed that's private, so that's why I'm not seeing you come up there. So now if you come down, if you'll use the tree there as your centering device, whoops, and put a little horsepower. There she comes. And you can use that as your pivot, and you can kind of get your tree lined straight up with your pile there. And voila. And same thing going the other direction. It just takes practice, man. That's all it is. So if you want to come from the other direction, see, I used to put these things up and use these. I would plant these trees. Well, not these in particular, but I would plant the pine trees and use those. So depending on how you do, you can always route them around this tree, or you can come from the other direction and use a couple of other trees in its place and do the same thing and use those as lineups, and it works pretty well. If you don't have too much going in, like Lossberg, yeah, you wouldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Be too tough. Lossberg's probably one of our, it's probably the most challenging. I cut mine to 8 meters. You can, depending on what trailer you do, I think the other one's, I want to say it's 5. There's the BioBelts trailer that allows you to do 2 sets of 5, but you get more money from the the sawmill if you cut them 8. And if you're going to chip them, you get more money to chip them than you do anything else. So if you really want to make money logging, just go start chipping trees. Yeah, they don't dance as much. They don't dance at all if you get these little tree ends right here. If you get these done out of the way, man, they don't bounce at all. Let's see what I want to do here. What's going on, Ben? How you doing, buddy? What's up, Michael Lee? See, look at that. That right there makes it all the more easy. Oops. There we go. Kind of swung out too far on that one. I hear you, Ben. Let's see, so I'll go ahead and let's just say I'll pull this one here and I'll just pull it all the way back around. You know, honestly, Michael, I don't know, man. A lot of those map guys want to bring things out for console, but then they get into it and they figure out that they really can't. I've heard both. I've heard he was going to bring it. I've heard he wanted to bring it, and he decided not to. I mean, I've literally heard everything under the sun on the forums. So, honestly, I don't really know what to tell you. I would love to say, yeah, it's coming. You know, Rattlesnake is, I mean, I've seen some gameplay with it. Ryan here on our YouTube chat, he's got it on PC, and I mean, it's okay, maybe. I don't know. If it's your thing, it's your thing. I wasn't really all that impressed with it, to be honest with you. But I know that's just just one humble opinion. See, I guess if you did, you could completely clear these trees out, and then use any of these two trees to start pulling through on those to level them up. We'll see if see how these trees fall. Sometimes you don't really know until you start cutting trees down to figure out how they're gonna lay down on the ground, because some of these do exactly backwards of what they should do. Yeah, see, that tree should not be going up the hill, but it is. And it doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Well, I think that's probably the catch-all there, Michael. Bigger equipment. You're gonna have the big bud, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. Alright, I'm trying to get this tree to not go up the hill. Sorry. Alright, maybe we'll try to use this thing right here. Alright, well, good luck, Aiden. We'll see you, man. Um, Another one that's good is that I completely forgot about. Now you don't have a ton of I have a ton of space for storage, but that's Oldstream. Oldstream's got a really great little forestry area up there. I even thought about just doing something up there, at least while we're waiting on new maps. I mean, I've literally farmed these things to death. I'm just sitting here trying to find something new to kind of put on stream, and logging for whatever reason on console just never gets that much playtime. So I thought, well, I might just try to do something like that on, you know, on stream, because that would be pretty cool. Because it is actually a really good area. Yeah, probably will be, Scott. All right, thank you guys. All right, yes, there you go. Y'all stay on top of them chat refreshes, don't you? We don't waste no time. Alright, let's see. Alright, I'm gonna try something. I don't know if it'll work, but we'll try it. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree with that, Ant. Yeah, it can be frustrating. Once you find your groove on a map, once you find out how things like work the best, or how the logs are, you know, reacting to certain things, then usually you can kind of get at it a little bit better. And sometimes it's just going to be trial and error. I was hoping that those would just come down and I could just lay them straight. But obviously, of course, that's not going to work, because that would have been easy. The only thing you can do, let's see. Guess you can still make the circle around that tree, although that's a little aggravating. But it won't be so bad once ever I get those logs picked up, which I'll do here in a minute. What do you think? It's coming at young guys. I don't have patience on this. Yeah, it can be that way. It depends on how much time you got for the game. I know that's my biggest not complaint, but I used to have all the time in the world for 15, and just don't anymore. Just don't have endless hours to devote to it. So pretty much you guys get to watch me work on it in real time, because I don't really have much setup time on these streams anymore. So what you see is what you get. Like, what are you going to do tonight? It's like, I don't know. Whatever I feel like at 11 o'clock. Yeah, build a cabin. Me and Buddy tried to do that, and it didn't go over too well. We did it in 17. We did it on Sosnovka, and yeah, it didn't work. Not on console. It shakes and jitters and goes crazy on console. So I think what I can do, I'm going to try this. We'll see if this tree comes down. I should be able to use that one right there on the left and use it as my pivot point. We'll see what it does. What do you think about this map, Small Town? Yeah, I know, man. It's all hearsay. You know, Small Town, you know, the map like that would be cool. I know there's some trademarks in it. But also in Old Stream, you know, people forget, Old Stream has a big, huge copyright in it, and that's Coca-Cola. And I think Renault. So, I mean, evidently both of those brands gave consent to utilize their brands in the game. So, I've got to think that it's still possible to have the other. Because if you leave right out of Old Streams and go to, if you go leave, let's see, what is it? If you leave out of Old Streams and go straight out the farm, right on the side of that building there's a Coca-Cola billboard and a Renault billboard. And both of those trades, you know, both of them got left in. Last I heard, they said the Small Town map wasn't going to come in, but they said it was because it has oats and rye and something else. So I think my initial comment on the stream last night was the only way it will come in is if they can remove oats and rye for console, since that's not a custom script that we have crop-wise. And if those trademarks have to be taken out, that would be the only thing that we would have to, you know, necessarily worry about or wait on. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, some of this stuff can happen. I think we need it. It could be. I'm not sure what in the. I'm not sure what in the. What am I trying to say here? I'm not sure what they have in farming. You know, Renault's typically is transport, cars, concept cars, racing. I mean, Renault. I don't know that Renault has a big stake in farming. Of course, I'm not on the European side, so that I wouldn't know. Yeah, FDR tried to get their Pacific Inlet map. They tried to get it in, and it got rejected. Alright, so I am going to try this. We're going to give the old man a shot and the BioBelts trailer. We'll see how both of these react. Excuse me. Hey, what's going on, Mario? Yes, sir, it is long time. How are things? Logging in law folds. Yeah, I was gonna shoot you a message, man. We're gonna be doing no, maybe here. Um, I don't know, maybe somewhere else. Gonna do some silage ops. That seemed to be something that people wanted to see. Ironically, I used to get razzed all the time for my silage operations, and now people want me to do them again. Whoa! All right, let's see here. Alright. Now, the only thing about this trailer that I do not like is... Well, for one, I don't have this on level ground. Let's try this. Alright, let's do this. Try it like this. I don't know, this may work, it may not. Because you don't have a bar on the front to catch it, so you know, like this, the other trailer has this little grate on the front. This one you can't offer that grate, so yeah, we'll see. Yeah, that's what we're going to try. I'll try to do a little silage, and pretty much any way we can actually make silage, whether that's pulling up you know, wheat and barley swath, or whether that's chopping corn, cutting grass. However we can make it, we'll do it. Fill stuff up, run conveyors, or we can use the big old huge silage forks, and yeah. Now these things, if you're you guys are kind of newbies at logging, and you kind of have piles that get really crazy, get you one of these things. It doesn't matter, this one or the wheeled version. Get you this attachment, or get the log fork attachment, although I'm partial to this one. I like it because this one will pick up the bigger trees. But use these things and completely even up your your piles. Awesome. Love this thing. And it's got a lot of power behind it, so you can pretty much kind of continually pick up these things and keep dumping the logs on top of one another to really kind of sift them and stack them up. But see, if you've got all the big logs in here and you've cut all those little ends away, it makes all of this so much easier. So don't forget that. Whoop, that might be my weight limit. Whoops. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant, Scott. It should have that. I don't... Maybe if it just got left off, or I have no idea. Because I don't think it's on the other one either that has a crane. I don't like the one with the crane either, just because the crane's ridiculously hard to control. And I don't like the Buffalo either. And the Buffalo's the other kind of... it's the other logging truck. And it's just to pick her up. Let's go and see what this thing will do over here. I always tell when you got too many logs on the field, because things start shaking and jittering, and especially when you get close to them, everything starts moving around. So I've definitely hit my the console limit. All right, sounds good, Garrison. Good to see you, bud. Good to meet you. Yeah, what's up, EDM? Yeah, it's all good, man. Yeah, man. Anytime. But typically on this, some guys try to get all the way up there on the top. Honestly, I don't, and it's really hard to do this on console, mainly because we don't have the excavation mods or anything with the big grapples and stuff. It's usually the easiest just to pull this right over the center, and that way you're at least gonna have two. There's two ways to do it. I found both are just as easy. You can open and then just back up and allow the trailer to just gently sift them right on the trailer. It usually works pretty well. Same way if you want to do it up front. You may have to, go back and actually push them up front a little bit. It depends. Sometimes I've had to do that. So yes, silage. Yes, Derek's right on that. It will definitely work, and works pretty, especially with the small stuff like all those little small logs. You could go get you the little silage or the manure bucket, and this thing will actually do a really good job. Now these, I don't really have a secret. You just kind of have to. You just kind of got to keep messing with it until you. If you get that little bit of space in there where you can get that. These things are going crazy right now. Come on now. Easy. Yeah, see, I'm not a big fan of this trailer. That's just, I'll just have to retire that one down. Usually, I usually start around 11. Sometimes it's a little earlier than others. But yeah, last night that's when I started last night anyway, and that's pretty typical. I'll see if I can do one more load on that, then I'll go grab the other trailer. That is the other trailer for this stuff. Is just, I don't know, I just like it a lot better. Okay. Alright, Scott. And if you don't want to, run off, sometimes it works just as well just to do this and drop them in. But since there's only, the 4 tines, you basically gotta cut them at 8 meters. You can try to do 2 stacks of 5, which if you did 2 stacks of 5 you could do those on the front section, and then 2 stacks of 5 on the back. That's almost why you've got that little ridge in there. It's more of an American style logging trailer, but typically our logs aren't cut like that. They're just the whole entire tree, unless they're really big stuff. That's probably all I'm going to be able to fit on top of this one. Another thing too, by the way, if you're attempting to do logging with the JCB or the other one, the Liebherr, don't waste your time and your game money on it. Just go ahead and download this. This was one of the free mods from 15. Go ahead and grab this thing because it's got the extended reach arms, and yeah, it makes your life a whole lot easier. Yep. Technically, I think 5 meters is what you do from here to here, and then you'd have another set of 5 to 5 over here. But it's hard enough, man, getting it's hard enough getting 8-meter logs in here, much less getting 2 sets of 5. That's a little on the ridiculous side. No, I'm not on line phase. Interactive recording. That's funny. That's pretty good. I'm glad to move this truck out of the way. This isn't Skynet Farms. I will say this, like I do every time anything like this comes up with me kind of looking at a new area of a map, especially when it comes to David's stuff, Oxygen David. Oxygen David is really, really good at creating his landscape. You may not like his farming style, you may not like his field size, but that's fine. But there's one thing you definitely can't say, and that's actually, you know what? I'm gonna go take this back to the Willow Farm, since it's right around the bend here. I should have gone the other way, but that's okay. Can you put the claw on one of the telehandler things? No, not that one in particular. You can. There is a telehandler version, but it doesn't work. And it's pretty much, gosh, it's pretty much useless on the telehandler side. The one that most everyone, at least on console, uses is the one for the front loader. That's the best one. And BioBelt's Toxico M, I believe, modded a great one on that one. It works great. It's got 2 prongs on the top that come down and actually grab the log. The one for the telehandler is like the collision at the tip of the grapple is messed up. So whenever you try to pick up a log, you can only pick up the really big, thick logs. Anything other smaller than that, you can't grasp it and then clamp it up in your claw. So it's it kind of sucks. I mean, it just is what it is. Not much you can do about that one. because they obviously didn't want to fix it, and nobody's modded one in for us, so we're just kind of at the mercy of whatever they decide to do, unfortunately. Yeah, I hear you, Face. Well, and that's typically when I stream. I typically don't, and it's not personal, you know. It's not personal. It's just one of those things where it's, yeah, because then you start getting people that just come into the stream and the chat to monopolize it. There's your little Easter egg, guys, if you want to see. You get people that just come in the chat to monopolize it, just to, you know, just to get in, like on the live stream. You know, it's weird. So I usually I will do multiplayer, but I usually those guys that kind of hang around and typically, you know, try to kind of plug in with the crew and have fun and just being on here, you know, talking farming and everything else. Usually I'll have those guys and invite them to do some live stream stuff. So, and I don't cut it out for everybody. I just don't usually do it for one timers coming there to ask, you know, if they can join online. That way it keeps everything on the up and honest level. Alright, I got one more logging trailer up there at the shop. I'll go grab it right quick. Oh, one more. Yeah, I think I may, even on the other one, if I come back down and do some, if we don't get a new map here this week, and I wind up coming down and doing another Sandy Bay farming, I actually may come down here to the south end and try it out a little bit. I actually like the southern end of the map a lot more than I do the northern end. Yeah, they can be. I've met good ones and I've met my share of bad ones. I love the randoms that just don't talk and chat. And they just jump and hop on top of the tractor like I'm supposed to know what they want to do. And there she blows. Like to see how much these two trailer loads. Now I don't know this one. Now log folds, you'll probably actually get really good prices for logs as well as wood chips. So I guess if that's something that interests you, log folds is probably a good place to get paid. I think this one's pretty standard on price wise, if I remember correctly. And I think Old Stream had maybe been upped a little bit, maybe. So I may actually turn what I had over there on Old Stream, because so I'm old save game. I'm actually out of save games, you know, ironically, so something's gonna have to go. I don't know what yet though. I hate deleting saved games and just, you know, having a mod in a new game. I don't like that. We've got like 7 or 8 maps, and I've got save games on pretty much all of them. That's pretty much how it goes, man. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, that's a shame. That's a shame. You still got trolls and farming. Just the world we live in. There we are. Yeah, well, even that, Scott, they'll still get on there and they'll still, big thing they used to do. Now, I used to do it in 15. I don't know if I've really heard too much about them doing it in 17, but because it's a lot easier to just, deal with it and kind of go on about your life. But that's grass in fields, man. That used to become, that was something big. Guys would just grab your seeder and go plant grass on all your fields. Then you'd have to recultivate it up, but 15, if they grassed your field, that was basically that was like erasing it. So at least they kind of did away with that. Giants did. Come on, come on, come on. Okay. Yeah, I know. It's going back to Call of Duty. That's such a shame too, man. Call of Duty used to be such a bomb game that I don't know what the heck happened, man. It all happened after Modern Warfare. It all went downhill after that one. Alright, sometimes another little tip you can do, if you can hook your front end over the edge right there, you can pull everything back to you. You can get it hooked though. I've actually got too many logs there, so not going to let me do it. Need to get another load off and you can kind of gather them back up. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I liked it when there was some strategy in it. Now play style of Call of Duty's becomes so linear based. It's not even. I know. You just got a good memory. People are always at the same place every single time. That'll be almost perfect 2 trailer loads. See, there's one of these stupid trees. That thing will get in there and it'll create havoc. We'll see see if I can leave it in there. Don't knock Halo, man. Halo was awesome back in the day, man. That was when I realized I had a gaming addiction. Yeah, Modern Warfare 2 was good. That was perfect. Perfect trailers minus the one over there. Alright. Yada 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 yada. There we go. And I'm going to play a little dumb on yours there, EDM. I'm not exactly sure what that was. If I was supposed to be Commander or Charmander became Char-Izzard. I'm not exactly sure. I'm totally missing that. I'll have to apologize. That went straight over my head. Ah, Pokemon. Okay. Alright. Straight over my head. That'd be why. Because I don't play Pokemon. Jules coming there. Can imagine her UK UK voice. Pokemon FTG. Pokemon. Stupid. Winter's coming. Whoa. About lost my trailer. Good thing I had my straps on the logs. Where's Chuck, man? Somebody, Ryan, text Chuck. Tell him to get up out of bed. What's up, Jam? Let's see which way to be the best way down there. Yeah, I guess it'd be the best way. Yeah, hardly. He's probably watching, Scott. He's gonna come ban you and put you in timeout. I know, I need to get you back on here, Jules. I haven't forgotten about you. Of course, now with daylight saving times, now I'm like 4 hours behind you. Instead of 5. $4.29 in Scotland. $12.30. Merca. You know what? What is over here? I'm gonna drop these logs because I have not been over here and I've always wondered what's down here. Is it just a windmill? Mr. McGitt. Mr. McGitt getting stuff done. What's happening? Oh, this is it. Well, all right. Yeah, because this is totally realistic. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I just dropped my log truck up there. Hang on, let me pick it back up. My bad, folks. Are we honking horns? What's up, James? And thank you, Mark, for the sub. Appreciate that, buddy. I see it now on my little thing down there, so appreciate that. It's been a good week, man. I put on quite a few subs this week. Appreciate it, guys. Yeah, This is definitely getting back to the sawmill. We'll see how the drop-off on these are. I'm pretty sure the drop-offs is drive right over the, drive right over the thing or whatnot. It's not really anything hugely fun like a crane. Might as well get a couple of screen grabs on my way down. Works for me. Yeah, I think he was talking about, Chuck's in New York, I know. He said they got hammered up there, and he's in Connecticut, I think, with his girl now, so that might be where he's at. So here's a sell point, and I'm assuming that this little pond over here, you can dump in the pond. We'll go try it out. Sometimes this stuff, doesn't work on custom stuff, even though it's part of the... he does have a stream cut into this, so I would assume you can back down here, but we'll give it a whirl and see. Looks like you can. Been lurking. Hey, no problem, Mr. McGitt. Nope, okay. Wow. I didn't even get to pull in the water. Well, that sucked. How uneventful was that? Oh, barely. Alright, so I think maybe even tomorrow. Scott, you'll like this. Probably... whoops, my turn. Probably going to roll into Old Stream and do something on that one. I like the forestry area in that one. Plus, it's got the awesome crane in there. I'm a big fan of the crane. Lostburg's got it too. I even thought about going up there and trying that one again. I don't know. There's just only so much farming I can do. The reason I got into Farm Sim was actually because of the logging, and then they just kind of like dropped it for 17 and really didn't do much to it. So not too bad. I mean, I got what, about 40 grand off of that, so about almost 2 grand, average of 1,600 a log. I think I was at 40 something, so I went up to 80, so that's not bad. I mean, they appreciate that GTA 5 freak. No problem, Jam. Appreciate you stopping in, man. Yep. Hopefully try to get some earlier streams in here. I know at some point streams are going to happen earlier. I've already talked to the wife about it. So I do have clearance. Once X-Plane starts up, I'm not going to be able to do flights at 11 o'clock at night. It's going to take forever to do that. So, yeah. I will start some stuff earlier, though. So I'm going to shoot for 9:30, 10, but it won't be for a few more months. But I'll get there. Appreciate you stopping in, hanging out for a bit. Oh my gosh. Alright, so I'm going to pull this bad boy over here. Since I'm going to pull that other one out. I guess we could do like the realistic thing. Get out and walk to the other one. Like this kind of stuff. This is what I think Oxygen David is extremely good at. If you could take somebody that could do serious like field work and then put his design idea from all the entrances to everything else, he's really good at this stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I've got concrete cars. I still leave them on because they do give they give a sense that something else in the map is going on besides me. But yeah, I do. I mean, I would almost even, I don't say I could appreciate it if they were just transparent, not transparent, but didn't have any collisions on them. But I'm sure you could probably come up with a mod like that for Farm Sim. They probably already got one. Let's see. What am I doing? Going right? Yes. All right, cool. We'll check it. Come on, Bessie. Whoop. Thing's struggling up the hill. Okay, gotta go up a little bit further. Yeah, so I'm still learning these roads on the bottom end, south end of this map. Said earlier in the stream, for those that may be just jumping in, uh, this is definitely a much cooler area of the map. If you don't like the north end and the big fields, definitely give the south end silage ops, maybe some forestry options down there. You got a couple of stores, so there's definitely some things down here to do. And I actually like the Willow Farm Barn down there. I like it a little bit better than the upper farm. So you can still use them to keep all your crap and all your, stick all your stuff up there if you wanted to. Animals are up there. I wish the animals were split though, and maybe you had like at least cows in another place or sheep in another place. That would make sense rather than keep all three of them around the same farm. But it's all good. Is that you, James? Just got a wrench to the head. Alright, so I would assume probably the same thing on this. Got your little cell area right here. And nothing. So I'm not sure what they expect you to do. I guess you're going to have to take them off of the trailer, so that's not going to happen. So let's go dump them in the water. Yeah, I see that. Look like it stung. No. Well, there is two. There's two. All three sell points, actually. This is like a combination. So you've got your regular sell point right here, which services all of your regular crop stuff. And then you've got, it says wood and timber here. And then you've got wood chips is over there. So probably what has happened is that the trigger point for this is too low. So I guess the assumption is that either the trailer's got to be lower, or they expect you to take them off the trailer and put them in there and they disappear. That's all I can think of. So I mean it's almost 40, almost 44. So that's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. You know, probably full trailer loads on normal used to probably get you 60 or 70 in 15. You talking the salt wore away the frame and the rear end bracket? Is that what you're talking about? It's just salt away. I assume you mean the salt rust or oxidized. Yeah, this is it. Always about miss that last one. Yeah. Yeah, so there's that one. I actually like this one. I think I guess there must have been animals or something up here, because there's the silage pit. I didn't play this on 15, obviously, because I wasn't on PC, but let's see. Keep going straight. Yeah, I used to work with Mercedes in the as a call us collision repair, but collision technicians. But we were basically body men. And they took us up, and I tell you what, we always used to hate any time we'd work on somebody's car, Mercedes, that had been up north or had business up north and drove up north a lot, had all those salty roads all the time, and never washed their car, never cleaned stuff up. Man, it was so hard to work on it, because these cars could be, you know, you're talking a 60, 70, $80,000 car. Sometimes even more than that, you know, being no more than 5-6 years old, but still being inside that environment and climate all the time. Oh, that salt would just tear them up. So hard to work on. Bolts rusted, screws rusted, brake calipers rusted. I mean, it's just ridiculous. That stuff will tear a car up in a heartbeat. So I meant to do this earlier, but I'm going to go pull this one log out here. I never showcased this. Now let's see what it does. Alright, so this is the new bio belts. This is from Toxic OM. He's the same guy that did the trailer and the grapple that's on the front hook there. So this is his newest and latest creation. I don't know how it's going to do, if it'll do anything with all of these, but we'll find out. So evidently it will. Ha! So there you go. So it does have a strap. And even get the ones on the end. Tractor jousting, dude, that would be hilarious. Put that on the front and go running through the field. I don't know what would happen if you did it, but yeah. So there you go. So there's how that little tool works. So it does work, and it works basically because of the strap. So you just want to, you know, you just want to get your stuff pretty close. And see, after the strap's on it, you don't even really have to grapple it. That's just, whoops. That's just to kind of get it all gathered up together. So let's go grab the rest of it. Come on, get off there, tree. It is not going to let go. Hey, there we go. So I guess this thing will support as much weight as you can put on it. I'm not sure. I've not I have not tried to completely stack it full yet, so I have no idea how many logs that thing will actually pull up. But I guess as many as you can wrap around it is my assumption. Yeah, sorry, I'm coughing. Yeah, that would be fun. Maybe we could schedule one of those up. Do tractor jousting with these little things. Put them on the front end of the tractor. That would be fun. It's got quite a bit of adjustment on it, so it's not bad. Not bad. It's pretty decent. All right, well, guys, I think that's gonna be it for me. It was pretty good little session here, and I can beat this into a submission, but I'm right at an hour and 45, so that's a good stopping point, good time. I actually will attempt to run on over to Oldstream. Maybe I can do an episode over there, just showcase the forestry area over there, and my gosh, hopefully Friday, man, hopefully Friday, man, we'll get a new map or something. I'm ready for something to come out just as a change of pace. I'm kind of in it. Now I just want some stuff to happen. Love to see some good mods come out. Obviously at the end of April we'll be looking at that big bud, but that is going to neither be your thing or it's not going to be your thing. So maybe now that I've figured out at least some of my problems on the logging, if you're just joining or joining late, or if you're catching this at the end and you're watching later on, say tomorrow, my big thing that I found out was keeping all those tips that I was grabbing up at the end, keeping those out of your log pile, and you'll have a much more successful logging runs than before. If you did not know that, it saved me a ton of time tonight and actually went by very smooth. So got a couple things. I have not been running it, and I meant to. I'll go ahead and run it up now. Facebook, Full Tilt Gaming. You can find me on there, and also Twitch. It's not live yet. I mean, it is live, but I'm not doing anything on it at the moment, but I will be here probably by this summer. And Twitter, Full Tilt, you can find me there as well. I do answer all of this stuff. My Facebook is actually something that I'm active with. I do not just leave it there for other people to join in on. So if you've got questions on anything, feel free to leave me a comment in the section. Don't forget, throw up a like. Don't forget, if you have not subscribed, go ahead and do that now. Would tell you to smash that button, but we'll keep your controllers and we'll keep your keyboards all in one tack, and you could just gently and lightly depress the button over the subscribe icon. That would be great. James, getting hungry, bro. You got to stop with that. But it's good to see everybody. Missed a couple of you tonight. Hopefully we'll get to see you here in the next couple of nights as well. But thank you to the new subs, the ones I do have. Mark all the way from Germany. And we had Gaming Reinvented and Mark Schultz this evening. Now I know we had some other guys, but if your names did not come up and you're not on you don't see yourself on the list, that's because you're private, and it will not pull your names off YouTube because you have set your settings to private. So if it didn't show up and you're wondering why, that is why. So anyway, with that long further ado, it has been great as always. Enjoyed hanging out with you, and hopefully today is Tuesday. Well, actually today is Wednesday now. I will probably be streaming tonight or tomorrow, whichever case you're in, and I will see you all tomorrow night, and maybe we'll just run over and do something on old streams. We'll see how things go. Good night, Jules. Good night, James. Ryan. Whoever else is left here. We got 11 on. Showing 11 online. So good night, everybody. Like I said, I'll be on tomorrow, more than likely 10:30, 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're in UK or Scotland, then you might be looking somewhere around -4, -5.